Hey, fellow zombie slayers, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Project Zomboid Arctic, Episode 13, Moving Day. The first order of business is to set up the new home, as you can see above me. And then I have other plans as well, but I'll be polling on them. So it is right now 7 p.m., and I want to start bringing over things like the antique stove and the generator, the necessities in order to like set up home. So let's see if I don't have enough carry weight still. My goodness. The antique stove is very fussy about being carried. Let's see. What else can I lose here? I want to take off my pants. I'll put the katana down. There we go. That should be enough. Hey, Dave. Thank you for the resub. Welcome to the Arctic. So, I did mention this, maybe the first stream, possibly even re-mentioned it last stream. But one of the requirements I'm going to make for myself in terms of roleplay for this series is that to allow myself to grow, I'm only going to allow myself to grow under greenhouses and where it is heated. And what that means is I'm essentially going to be required to use the antique stove and oven rather, and keep this thing going, roughly 100% of the time while I grow around it. So that is one of the requirements I'm going to make, once I start a farm. Now, that's saying I don't necessarily have to do farming. I could definitely scavenge, but with the insanely low rate of loot in the server settings, it's going to be increasingly difficult to scavenge without, freezing to death as I traverse the world. So, once I've sort of moved in, generator and stove and moved my books and things, I'm going to be allowing you guys to sort of determine priorities, but I just wanted to let you know sort of where I'm at for requirements and the like. Isn't that a thing now in the upcoming PC patch? I haven't actually read the patch notes. I believe that they were doing a rework of the farming and a bunch of the other systems as well. But I can't say I've read the unreleased patch stuff. I'm bad at keeping up on the PZ blogs. So I sort of determined the best place for a generator is going to be as far away from the center of this facility as possible, like something around here. The advantage of this is it's not going to bring in too many zombies to this location because it's kind of far away from the street. It's far away from the parking lot. The sound that the generators make is only like 10 units, so it's pretty limited. So there's the generator. And we have the stove in there as well. And I'm starting to get drowsy, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to just continue to schlep stuff over from the old house, the temporary house, the outpost, to the new area until I have to go to sleep. And at some point, I'm going to have to do a considerable amount of organization once I get everything over there. Because obviously everything is in their own, just on the floor in giant piles. Which is not exactly the most effective way of storing your stuff. Not unless you're a hoarder. And if you're a hoarder, that's not effective. After reviewing the last night's stream, wouldn't it be better to destroy the ground floors? Destroying the ground floor would be fine, but it wouldn't stop any zombies that are not on the ground floor from getting to me. So while that would stop new zombies from entering the building, it wouldn't actually stop the zombies that are here from killing me. Plus, there's more than one ground floor stairwell, so we could end up going that route, but it's very much unnecessary, especially given that I've hooked up the hallways where I live as a way to have a bit of a shooting range, because zombies can't path to me, but they can path pretty close. So if I set up some sort of like noisemaker, let's say an alarm or a loud radio or TV, I can actually lure zombies into a shooting area, provided that I keep the stairs intact. To get clean water, do you need to boil it? Not always, no. If you hook rain barrels up to, you know, to your sinks and bathtubs and toilets and whatnot, it will automatically clean it for you. But if you're relying on water that you find in rivers or whatever, then yes, you will need to boil it. The caveat is, I believe, well water, because there's a few wells in the game. Well water's clean by default, so you don't ever need to do anything to well water, but it's a little annoying to use well water because you have to pull it from the well first. So, you know, if you're reliant on well water, there's a lot of like manual labor of taking water from the well continuously in order to be able to utilize it. Funny that the stovepipe leads nowhere. Just pump in the carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide into the room. Just don't think about it too much, and no, it's fine. One of the other things I'm going to need in the pool house, unless I want to like just fall asleep on those like loungers or whatever, is like a bed. I definitely don't have the carpenter skill to capably move a bed. My carpenter skill is a quarter of a point away from level 1. So that will be, you know, another thing to deal with. That and, you know, moving in storages and then eventually getting my electrical and my metalworking up high enough to hotwire cars and move stoves and washer dryer, etc., etc. Have I heard about the crafting changes? Only vaguely, but not really. I've like skimmed the crafting changes, but only skimmed. Is it cassette hunting time? Might be. Again, I'm gonna poll for priorities. You know, we're low on gas, we're low on food, we don't have storage, and we have limited mobility around the building that we live in. There's a lot of skill grinding to be done, you know. So there's tons and tons and tons of projects to be done, and I'll be polling about this soon. I'm not going to make any decisions now. I'm just going to be moving stuff over. So the bed quality of these is bad, which is like real bad. When it says bad, it means bad. The other thing is, I'm not exactly sure if, like, I've retrieved everything, because my storage here was weird. I was just throwing things on the ground, so I suspect it's going to be relatively easy to miss something. And for tonight, I'll probably be sleeping in the outpost, because I don't have a bed over in the new place that's worth using. Are the suites above safe for sleeping? Yeah, I could sleep up there. They're not going to be heated because the stove is, you know, I'm not going to have a stove up that way. And they won't also have electricity, so I'd be using a flashlight, stumbling around in the dark, climbing difficult sheet ropes late at night. So, yeah, I could sleep up there, but it comes with its own sets of annoyances, I guess is the easiest way to put it. Alright, so I'm going to be heading back to sleep. But before I do that, I probably want something to eat. I found 11 annotated maps so far. That's not bad. Let's have some marmalade. My weight is starting to drop. I'm going to need to start eating junk to get my weight back up. It's not dangerously low where I'm going to have any problems in the near future, but it's something to definitely keep an eye on. So, a whole jar of marmalade. Delicious. What are the underweight issues again? You lose stats, you trip, you fall, you do less damage. Endurance, strength, you know. I forget I don't have them memorized, but it's a whole slew of small negatives. Best to be avoided. Alright. Hey, half-orc, thank you for the sub. If you're half-orc, what's the other half? So, question to you guys is what to do tomorrow. This is going to be a short poll. Organize. Loot. Start farming. Obtain gasoline. Scavenge the high-rise. Work on skills or other viewer suggestions. What do you guys think? Here's the poll. Give you 2.5 minutes to vote on that. Maybe even less. Now that I'm starting to move out of these apartment complexes, I can also start pulling water from what remains here, as it doesn't really matter to me now. Bathtub water. Oh, yeah. I don't recall if I need fishing 5. So I'm just going to go through and grab anything that, like, I might want that I left behind. Which really isn't much, I don't think. Some of these books I can use as just fuel for the fire. Or a fire. And let's get over there. Weird that I have a beard growing out of a balaclava. That definitely looks a little strange. Negative 32 Fahrenheit today. So it's lovely out, in other words. Lovely, lovely. Sounds like there was, it looked like there was a zombie. So there were zombies, like, right outside of those sheet ropes. And then there also looked like there were zombies, moving around the parking lot that had stuff. So I'm going to set this stack over aside, because I'm not exactly sure if it's needed. I think this was extra loot that I put down. Alright, this is going to be gross, but I'm just going to eat a stick of butter, like I'm a Everest explorer. Pair that with a cigarette. The breakfast of absolute insane champions. Hey, Adventurers Aardvark, thank you for the sub as well. Alright, it looks like we're going to be scavenging the high-rise. Got it. Sounds good to me. First, I just want to clear the grounds to make sure that my precious sheet ropes that I worked very little on don't get torn down. And then one of the zombies out in this parking lot looked like it had a weapon on its back. Want to investigate that, of course. So what I'll do is work my way floor to floor for security and safety's sake. So question to you guys is, should I destroy the stairs from ground to second level? Yes, this means no shooting gallery. Or no, means the tower won't ever be fully safe. There's reasons to do both. Have you guys decide. And Zippy, thank you for the resub. I don't think it was this one that I saw with the quote-unquote item in its back. There was a zombie out here. Oh, really? You're just gonna dodge my shot while laying on the ground? Well, I probably got my cardio and workout tip for the day. And there's even more coming in. Oh, wow, whoa, whoa. There's a lot from the north. There's a lot of zombies in the parking lot. What the hell? I feel like they just all spontaneously arrived from somewhere. Like Lollapalooza just let out and swarms of them appeared. Well, I'm already winded. But if you take a look up there, I don't know, that's like 50 zombies or so. 40, 50 zombies. Well, my goal was not to mess with those zombies. The other thing I wanted to do is just check the bottom garage. Make sure there's nothing under here. It's gonna mess with me. Do you think I'm gonna be playing Kenshi anytime soon? I might be playing it, but there's no content that will be created in the near future now. And then Zippy, what do you need me to explain? Also, if you want me to answer questions, the channel point redemption of ask a question about the game is probably the best way to ask questions so that I can see them. Because otherwise, it can get lost in chat log. So, that's set up to make it easier. I'm just going to spend a second to move these corpses out. I don't want them. Can I throw corpses down a hole? There's a mod that allows you to do that, but no, you can't throw corpses anywhere but where you're standing on, which means I can only place them at my feet. If I got a dumpster in here, I could just delete them. There's a red mist over Yoda because it's very creepy. And it's gone. Yoda was haunted, and I just unhaunted him. So you guys are welcome. For me to start to search this building, and it looks like we are going to remove the bottom stairs. So I'll start on that. It's not just one stairwell, though. There's a whole bunch of them. So it's, you know, it's a rather involved project. The other thing I'm going to want to do is to make sheet ropes so I can gain access to that half of the building. Because the sheet ropes that I have on this building right now, they only really lead to the segments of the base that I live in. And then I cut the building in half, which means that the other half of the building I, like, don't have access to on purpose, by design. So if I'm going to be removing the bottom stairs, I'm going to need a way to get to it. You could sort of think of it this way. Like, the building's cut in half, and then I only have access to the half that I've intended to own. So if I ever want access to their half, I need to make a path. Hi, Invu. Thank you for the sub. Mr. Freeze, thanks ya. If I did confirm that I cleared out the entire building, then I could repatch the building, bridging the gap, but I wouldn't want to do that until I knew I had finished and I had patched both sides. So I also don't know how to make wooden fences or anything like that. So I think if I'm going to remove access to this half, I need to, like, put the escape ropes, like, on windows and the like. And, whoa! Yep. Yep. That's, Had that coming. So my primary goal is just to scavenge the high-rise. But then if it's convenient for me to start removing access to the half I want to live in, I'll do that. I do not like fighting inside. At all. I'm already winded. As soon as I'm done with these zombies, I'm going to take a little breather here. Come on. Don't think I'm going to need any more keys. I probably have keys to everything already. Alright, so the priority now is scavenge the high-rise and destroy stairs. I guess. And also, you know, maybe, like, not fall. Because I've been doing a lot of that. Hey, Joe, the English otter. I didn't... Is there such a thing as an English otter? Shamefully, I'm not well read up on my otter variety. And Jazzium, thank you for the resub, too. Alright, so with the sheet rope here, I can destroy these stairs. But this is only, I think, one of 3 sets of stairs to get up. So this is a third of the destroying access to the upper floors progress. That wristwatch is going to be annoying in it. So, here's the thing. I can't really access the other half of where I broke. So right now I'm really just scavenging this one room, as I have purposefully removed access to all the other rooms. Okay. That was some bad planning. I'll have to go to the central staircase next. Yes, and I'm a man of culture. I destroy the handrails as well, so they just don't float there. Could I take down a wall? If I took down a wall, I would be... Yeah, I guess I could. There's really no harm in taking down a wall, I suppose. Because it's not going to... As long as I'm not, like, opening up a new path for zombies to attack from, it should be fine. I want to avoid the beautiful art, though. I could go up the stairs. Yeah. I could do that, too. I was planning on going floor to floor, but I suppose I could just as easily go from top to down, because it's arbitrary how I want to clear the building. So maybe I'll do, like, a top to down type clear. The TLDR is I'm trying not to bite off more than I could chew. I don't know how many zombies are, like, left in this building. It could be swarming, it could be empty, it could be somewhere in between. And I just don't want to be caught off guard, having to deal with, you know, dozens of zombies in a tight quarter. Because clearing floor to floor in buildings is one of the most nerve-wracking and dangerous things you can do in Zomboid, in my opinion. So right now, I am on the top floor. These rooms this way, I cannot go. I've removed the floor, so I'd fall, and the falling might hurt. But I didn't check the northwest side of the penthouses, so we can do that. And I will continue to collect... Hey, I actually need this book. Who knew? Well, I guess I did. Continue to collect from my library. Taylor 2 is no. Forage 5 is yes. With any luck, I'm not going to have to really do a lot of shopping at a bookstore. Filling out my personal library from stuff like here. Yeah, there's a zombie in that, like, bathroom. Oh, there's a magazine. Carpenter 2 is a nope. Regular book, sure. Ooh, Taylor 1. That is a big one that I wanted. Awesome. And also Taylor 5. And that will fill out all of the Taylor requirements. I now have every Taylor book. And Cooking 1 and 2 is a big one as well. I didn't have either of those. I only had 4 and 5. So Cooking 1 and 2 is huge. So all of Carpentry is done. All of Taylor is done. And all of Fishing is done, because Fish 4 was the last book I needed for that as well. It's like a bingo card. And now I'm encumbered. Man, this personal library has been awesome. Whoever lived here, A+. Oh, engineering magazines. These, like, wealthy people had some of the nicest stuff. Oh, great. A school bag and a rifle. Well, we're in America. And another rifle. They have a lot of firearms, I gotta say. A lot of firearms. Okay, I could have swore I heard thumping of a zombie there, but I guess I'm wrong. Another can opener. You know what? Given how difficult it was to find my first can opener, I will take another can opener. Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be any food in this apartment complex. I was kind of hoping for food because I'm hungry. So I would say this one's cleared unless I want the TV, which I'm not going to take the TV on this pass. Does the water taps work? They don't. Well, okay, they do and they don't. When the water goes out, there's a finite amount of liquid that's like left in them that you can take. And then once you've taken that liquid, then you would need to hook it up to a new water source in order to continue. So if you take a look here, like this standing sink says water 20 out of 20, it means it has 20 units of water in it. And if I drain it, now if I try to drink, it has 19 out of 20. Basically, it's a finite amount of water that can be exhausted if I keep drawing water from it. So when the water goes out, you can just like go to new sinks and bathtubs and toilets to sort of grab whatever water is in there to tide you over for a while. But then eventually you'll run out and you'll need to hook up your own water sources unless you keep moving around. It's entirely possible to just continually relocate, but it, you know, this game I think is a significantly better sort of base builder than it is nomadic game, unless you add a lot of mods. What's required to hotwire vehicles? Mechanics and electrical. And I could work towards that too. Oh, there we go. That's some food. The entire thing of peanut butter? Yes, please. No, here's all the can openers. Jar lid. I'll need to return back to base soon, because I'm relatively encumbered. I'm really surprised that there hasn't been a lot of zombies, like, behind the doors, you know? Because that's often where you find them. Metal work too. No, I don't need any of that. These apartment buildings have been pretty empty. And I probably just jinxed myself. All right. I do like their books, though. I could just dump it all near a stairwell. Yeah, but then I'm having to make 2 trips. Might not be better. There is a surprising amount of books. I think it's because these are, like, really wealthy people homes. So the quality of the loot is just a lot higher than what you typically find in Zomboid. I'm going to poll you guys about what you want me to do tomorrow as well. Like, same poll. So if you want me to continue with my current task, vote for Scavenging the High-Rise. But if you would rather me do something else, well, it's up to you. I wonder if there's a way... Alright, let me keep the oats. I wonder if there's a way to... Just want to keep these sheet ropes. I'm gonna go to the roof and see if there's a valid path for me to get from the roof down a level to speed things up. I'm also just working on lowering my everyday carry weight. Carrying around, of course, like a saw, sledgehammer, katana. I mean, it's not light, and it's making the amount of stuff that I can carry pretty low. But I'd rather be safe than sorry, I think. I would not want to be in a situation where, like, I needed to sheet rope or sledge something and then not have it, you know, rip. I gotta say, what I've done to this building, it looks real strange. Like, all the sheet ropes kind of everywhere. I did mention that I wanted to try to sheet rope down from the roof, and I'm totally not heading the right direction for that. In fact, I would need to go up this rope. And I'm turning this into, like, some sort of Portal-esque puzzle of how to... Nope, this isn't the right one. Can I even get there from here? Oh, no, it is. God, it's going to be confusing. Which rope is the right rope? I think it's this one. Yep. This is the sheet rope that I set up from the roof. But I'm up here to see if I can't sheet rope down from the roof to the top floor. Or the top floor minus the roof. Yes. Ooh, Carpentry 1. And then I can also use these planks. I'm going to do this now, just because it's going to make my life easier. I'm going to use these planks to bridge the gap. Okay, that scares me. I'm going to need to set, like, a redundant sheet ropes as a please don't fall to your death type of deal. What are you doing, guy? There we go. Wooden floor. Cool. And I suppose this is also loot that, like, I left here and probably should bring down to the rest of my everything. The really quick way would just be to fall, but I feel like the damage will catch up with me if I continue doing that. At some point when I'm able to make, and this would be at a minimum of Carpentry 2, I can make sheet ropes from the generator level, the roof where the you know, down to the pool area. And then not have to go the long way out the window over and over and over again. Alright. Still a little bit of daylight left, so let's see if we can't set up sheet ropes from the roof. I also might want to use some of the sheet ropes that I have to have redundant sheet ropes from the roof. If it was possible to, like, right-click and tell your dude to sheet rope a specific sheet rope, I would do that. But, like, falling 4 stories to my death, or 5 stories, what, 1, 2, 3, 4... Falling 4 stories would be bad. Now it's a lot harder to miss. With that said, I'll probably still miss. You guys want me to continue scavenging the high-rise. Got it. All right. There's not going to be a way for me to shoot rope from here because there's nothing to tie it to. And I don't have the ability to make fences yet. I don't think I checked all the barbecue pits. The idea that I have for these barbecue pits is I would have one next to my stove as like a backup source of heat. And then the others I would just set up in outposts so I could heat the outpost if I need to. Is this multiplayer or solo? The game is both. I'm playing solo. And then, if you're wondering about my mods, they're in the details command. The whole mod list will be part of that image in details. How old is my character? 12 and a half days old. I think what I'm going to do at this point is to spend the rest of the day reading the carpentry magazine. So as I scavenge the building, I'm incentivized to break down wooden furniture for carpentry experience. Plus I just got drowsy, so it would be more dangerous for me to venture out anyway. But yeah, this game is single player, multiplayer, and for the multiplayer it could be cooperative, it could be PvP, it could be both, it could be role-playing, it could be whatever you want it to be. The game has tons and tons and tons of server settings. So there's like 100 different settings that you can change to customize for your desired experience. So it's very permissive of playing however you want to play, which is pretty cool. Well, I'm spending yet another night in the outpost still. Someday that won't be true. Is the daily average temps going to lower? Yes. As the season goes closer to winter, it will get colder and colder and colder. The average temp. Yep, that is by design. How's my weight now? 77 and climbing 2 up. Nice. Thank you, Butter and Marmalade. So I'm going to need to swing by my stash house for some food. Or you know what? I'll probably loot food as I search. So I probably don't need to do that. Wouldn't be bad to have a few more sheet reps, though, because I only have 3 left, and that only gets me down 3 floors. This weather is creepy. Also, at this temperature, it's probably impossible to have fog unless it's like chlorine gas or something. water vapor at -32 Fahrenheit is, wouldn't be water vapor, would it now? Alright, I think that's everything I needed to put away. So back to scavenging, as you guys desired. Oh, this is the wrong rope. Someday I'll have this building secured, and then I'm not going to have need of ropes. I'm thinking, do I want to take the central stairs, or do I want to take the side stairs? I'll take the side stairs. I'll just continue where I left off. Second to top floor. Work my way through. Because there's a lot of this building, especially on the northern edge, that I really haven't spent a lot of time around. I haven't made a lot of noise around, which means there could still be significant zombie presence. And for all the new players in the chat, clearing room to room is very unsafe. Even veteran players want to avoid it. Because all it takes is one zombie lurking behind a door or a corner. Every time you breach like that, you know, you run the risk of getting nibbed. Just little nibble. So we are now... this is level 5. I've searched the first 2 on the left. I've also searched all the ones on the right. So I'm going to go down this hallway and go to the storage container room. Oh, cool. There's a generator here. That would be a lot easier than the generator I obtained. By significant factor. Also, the sounds that you hear indicate that I own keys to these. So, one of the zombies... So, there's 3 generators. Oh my god. Here's a big question. Why do people in an apartment complex need to own generators? There's literally nowhere for them to set up a generator where they could, like, hook it up and use it that doesn't kill them. Because they live in apartments and they don't have yards or outdoors. I guess you could set it up on a balcony, but, like, that's a super strange place to set up a gas genny. Oh, really? That's your... Okay, dummy. I was trying to go for a stealth kill. Ended up poking him with a screwdriver. Poke the bear. You're from a country with frequent outages, so having a generator in an apartment complex is normal? That's cool. Here in Louisville, I'm going to venture a guess to say almost 0% of people that live in apartment complexes have generators. Cooking 3 is the last cookbook I needed. And what I'll do is, once I have shells for these books, I will confirm this and, like, take inventory and make sure that I didn't skip any. Because they're very easy to accidentally skip. Also, the magazines that I looted, I really should have read. Thank you for tuning in to Project Zomboid Arctic, which originally streamed live on Twitch, April 20th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my gaming community, Rhadamant.com also has a link to Discord, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow zombie slayers.